All right, all right, all right. So glad y'all are here. And for everybody that couldn't make it, we're excited you're getting to watch into this video. I want to tell you, myself and Andrea can speak for herself. We are extremely excited for what's going on. I'm telling you, I see the paychecks. I get to see them every Friday. I get to see them because I see you from matching bonus. I'm able to see your names. I'm able to see what's going on inside of the organization. And so I'm watching people's paychecks as we have people that have never made any money in network marketing making $500 a week, $2,000 a month, $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month. People that have been with us for years. It has nothing to do with how big your team is. It has nothing to do with where you're at. It literally has to do with plugging into the system. And that's what we're going to show you today. I challenge you to not say to yourself, well, I've never used Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. I've never used social media. I don't have the right following. Don't say that to yourself. You're leaving money on the table if you do not take advantage of this system. But as a coach and coaching people, especially adults, for a long time, sometimes we get and we say to ourselves, we're doing the system. I'm doing it. I'm doing what everybody else is doing. But when we dive into what you're actually doing, you're not doing the same thing. There's little things that make all the big difference. And I can't tell you how many adults over the last few weeks I've dove in because they've said, I'm not having the success everybody else is. And when we look into it, they're not doing what everybody else is doing, but they think they are. And so I challenge you during this segment that, like, go back and watch this recording. Listen to us talk about it. But then reach out to Andrea or myself with any questions you got, any questions, because you got an opportunity. I mean, I think about Linda, where she's at, her neck of the woods, as we would say in Alabama. Is there anybody in there that would love to balance their hormones, support their thyroid, stimulate their pituitary gland for better digestion, and ultimately lose visceral fats? Surely not where she's located. Nobody wants to lose weight there. Absolutely they do. Guys, we have an epidemic on our hands. People have went to these weight loss clinics for the last several years trying to get shots in their stomach to lose weight, Ozempic, and there's others out on the market. They were meant to be prescribed for pre-diabetic patients and diabetic patients, but they quickly got prescribed to people that just wanted to start losing weight. Now people can't get their hands on them. Now they're starting to pay crazy amounts of money because insurance is not covering it, like $1,400, $1,500, $1,800 a month. We step in and start showing them in Illinois, in Louisiana, that we have powerful drops that could do it for them. They're going to ask you questions. They're going to go in on the comments and say, tell me more about these drops. Here's the two things that we've got to be willing to do. First, we got to be willing to get on. Because if I'm not on them, how am I going to rightfully say, right? So I got to be on. I got to look at people in the eyes and go, I'm using these. I believe in what I'm putting out there. But here's the thing. I've also got to be willing to share. And we're going to tell you simple strategies. But once this Zoom's over, we're not over. The coaching is not over. You can call us. Andrea is going to put our cell phone numbers in the chats where it'll pop up and everybody's got our number. And if I don't answer, call Andrea. If she doesn't answer, text us. Like, don't, we're super busy right now, but not too busy to not want to talk to you. Okay. I hope you're coming to Orlando with us because we're going to lay out all of this in Orlando. I'm going to have a big party on Thursday night. Jason loves my parties. So we're Thursday night, right?
That's right.
Jason, go ahead and let Andrea know what you need for the party. Okay. what that is, and I'll make sure I have it there for you. And here's the thing. We're gonna have fun together. We're gonna kick off Orlando on Thursday night, but then Friday, Saturday is gonna be the launch of this company, the first ever. If you've ever, some of you remember being a part of maybe the first ever launch before. But was it the first? This is the first ever for Partner Co. Like the first ever. And we're launching it in Orlando. So I could go on and on, but all I want you to know is we're here for you, but make sure you're doing it the right way. And so I want to show you something really quick, and then I'm going to turn it to Andrea. Because when I show you this, if you do it the right way, I have a gentleman named Alan Schultz. I point to him a lot because he's a middle-aged man with a Fu Manchu that rides a Harley. He's not a social media celebrity. He does not have 1,000 people on social media. But here's what he does have. He's coachable. He's doing exactly what we tell him to do. In the last 40 days, he's made over $7,000. $7,000, 40 days. You know how many things he's went to? 2 or 3. You know what he's doing every day? Plugging into this system. So I'm going to show you really quick, okay? I'm going to start it here, and I'm going to turn it to Andrea and let her kind of walk you through. But I want you to understand that what we're starting is we're going to start making you money through attracting wellness partners, retail business. That's money like it's going to come through PayPal, Cash Out, Venmo, Square accounts. And you go, Brent, I don't have any of those. Well, set them up. It's time to learn. Okay. If you got any questions about setting up Venmo, PayPal, Cash Out, Square, Andrea will help you with that. Like, we're your partners. Okay. So don't worry about that until you start running the system. And the first thing you got to do with running the system is you need to have an inventory. And if you can't afford an inventory, then you've got to pre-sell it. Okay. And we're going to talk to you about that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get you some wellness partners coming through your account. Okay. And you're going to start making cash, and it's going to be exciting. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to plug you in every morning to our IPA call. If you're not a part of Telegram, you need to reach out to Julie and let her get you involved with the Telegram app, where we post all of our calls. But the most important call to be on right now is at 9:15 a.m. Central Time Zone. We do an IPA Zoom for 30 minutes. That is the best thing you could be on right now. Monday through Friday. Once we get you wellness partners, after they're on a box of these drops, as soon as they have their first win, so we're going to move them into business partners, and we'll tell you about that. Okay. So here's the deal. When they become wellness partners, okay, Andrea is going to tell you how you're going to attract these retail customers. That means you're shipping them a box of drops, or you're hand delivering them a box of drops, or they're picking them up from you. Okay. When this happens, the way we show you how to do this, you're going to make probably somewhere around $52 profit per box that you move. Okay. Depending on how you order. $52 of profit. So that means for every 10 boxes you sell, you're going to make $520 of profits of cash. Venmo, PayPal, cash in your hand. Okay. As soon as they become a partner with you, as soon as they become a wellness partner, that means they're on the box of drops. I start being their cheerleader right then. Andrea is going to tell you and show you how to do this with what we call a boards out. The boards out. But here's what I want to tell you. As soon as they become a customer, invite them to the Circle of Health Facebook group. Andrea will put it in the comments. It's also in a boards out that Andrea is going to show you. It's called the Circle of Health. Invite all your customers into that Facebook group. You need to be a part of it, but invite your customers. It's a customer only, Slenderiiz only Facebook group. And from there, they're going to become your partner. We're going to excitedly, every inch they lose, every pound they drop, we're going to be their cheerleader. And here's what we're going to do. As soon as they have their first win, we're going to move them and recruit them to be a business partner with us. How are we going to do that? We're going to set an appointment. So here's the thing. Sheila is my box user. I sell her a box of drops. I plug her in to Circle of Health. I'm like, girl, you are going to do amazing. I'm going to check up on you periodically. We're going to show you that in the boards out. As soon as Sheila has the first inch gone or the first weight loss or the first great night's sleep or any positive result, I'm going to say, oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you. Listen, you're going to need to reorder. Before you do, I want to set up a 10-minute Zoom to show you how you can get it at my cost. That's it. You're not going to say anything else. If they try to pry it out of you with a crowbar, don't say anything else. Say, we'll hear about that on the Zoom for 10 minutes. I'm going to show you how to get it at cost. And then immediately at that point, for right now, when you get a Zoom set, reach out to Andrea or myself, and we'll do the 10-minute Zoom with you. Every single one of you. We'll do it all day, every day, 7 days a week. Yes, yes, yes. Okay? If I can't do it, Andrea will do it. If Andrea can't do it, I'll do it. If we both get crazy busy, we'll give it to somebody else. But we will lock arms with you and help you with these 10-minute Zooms. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to convert every single one of them. Because they're not going to miss the opportunity for $29.95 to get it at cost. And that's where we're going to plug them in to Partner Co Nation. Andrea is going to do a little pretty flyer for them and welcome them to the team. Now they become a business partner with us. And we start leading with love, taking care of them. And guess what? Over time, they're going to become our lifestyle partner. Guys, the way you do this business is you get them in as a customer. Then you move them as a business partner. And then you start doing things with your team, getting them to Orlando, getting them to Destin, Florida, getting them to just go to the Grand Ole Opry with you. Having fun with people creates long-term lifestyle partners, which is your residual income. And if you guys think why you're still here and all the fun memories, it's because you've created lifestyle partnerships with Julie and Jason. Y'all done fun things together. Just like you see in these pictures, you can put your own pictures there. That's our end goal. So when we start this movement, understand where the end goal lies. We're taking that customer from the box user, but we have the mindset that they're going to become lifestyle partners with us. And 10 years down the road, they'll still be on auto ship. They'll still be getting products, and I'll still be making residual income. Hold on just a second. So that's where we're at. I just wanted to show you that because here's what we got to do. And I'll show you these two people. Buffy Wallen is a great example for me. Okay. She's a lifestyle partner. She's been in the business with me probably for 10 or 12 years, taking auto ship every month. So that's residual income for me. But how did we get Buffy to get there? She was a lifestyle partner, guys. I could show you tons of pictures where she went to events. We did things together. We did events like the Grand Ole Opry, like we did fun things. We made this fun. People are not looking for another job. They're looking for something fun. I got a new guy right now. He used to be a player of mine. He's over about 650 employees at Walmart. Cannon Barkley. Makes a multiple six-figure income. I've got him now. I've moved him to business partner. He showed up to our Jackson event last week, and I'm starting to convert him over to a lifestyle partner. Over time, we're going to do things together. We're building a team together now. He's got probably 20 people on his team, 20 brand partners, because he's running this play that we're showing you today. So here's what I'm going to tell you. If we'll do this, if you'll plug in here with what Andrea has to say, and then you'll do these three things, we're going to explode this thing all across Louisiana, back through Texas. All this vision that you've seen before, we're going to do again, if you get your mind right. But we got to celebrate them. We can't over celebrate our team. Find reasons to celebrate. Every pound, every inch, every time you make a flyer, make a flyer. Every time they make a sale, celebrate it. Every time they purchase a new pack to go sell, celebrate them. Find ways to celebrate. And then add value. Look for ways to add value on your team. If that's getting your team on a Zoom without us, add value. Find ways to serve the team. And then last, solve problems. Be a problem solver. Remember this, as the problems grow, so does the paycheck. Happens every time. Okay? So ask yourself, like as you're building, as you're putting in customers, you're putting in brand partners, like you're going to come across roadblocks. How can I remove the roadblocks for my team? What can I do to make their life easier? And if you'll keep those three things as a focal point forever and always, you fall into this merit. Zig Ziglar said it. You get everything in life you want if you'll just help enough people get what they want. And that is network marketing at its finest. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're doing here. So I wanted to show you the overall view of where we're taking it, where we're starting it, but where we're going. Because I hope that all of you are wondering, what's this thing going to be like when this company's $1 billion? And I hope you're not the person that says, you know what, but what if it doesn't happen? I've heard that before. I hope you're the person that goes, what if it does? I wonder what that would look like. Mm-hmm. I wonder what that would look like. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to stop mine. But we're going to take you through. If you've got any questions, like we'll pause and answer any questions you got. And I'm trying to put this in a way to where people can go back and watch this video and they can tune into it. So the first thing that you got to do is zero into what Andrea has to say. Because if you have the boards out, downloaded, and then what I would do once you downloaded it is I would play with the boards out with each other, send each other text, send each other messages like Sheila's buying from Julie, right? So that you can get good before you start the system. And when I say good, it'll take you a few times to do this, 1 or 2 times, and you're going to have the system down. So I'm going to mute and let Andrea take over.
All right. Well, great job, Coach. That was great information. And I apologize. My printer is printing away. So if you hear a little background noise, It's my printer. But I'm going to start with I really have 3 main tips, and then we can go into the nitty gritty. But the nitty gritty doesn't matter if you don't do the 3 things. So the first one is being consistent. I met with a couple of ladies yesterday, and one of the things that they said was, it's not working for me. And so I said, okay, well, show me what you're doing. And they were doing 1 post today, and then they didn't have anything for like a week. And then they had 2 posts, and I've been the guiltiest of that. So I can tell you from my own experience, when I have not gotten the results that I wanted, it was because I wasn't being consistent. So with that, one of the ways that you can help yourself be more consistent with your posting is to turn on the professional mode on Facebook. And if you want to know how to do that, you're going to ask Facebook. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly, and just bear with me here. So can you guys see me and my kiddos now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So in here, what you're going to do, if you want to turn on professional mode, you're going to go up here in the upper left where it says search Facebook, and you're going to say, how do I turn on? And it's going to come up with professional mode. And I've only done it once, so I can't walk you through it, but there's going to be like a 3-minute video right there that you can watch, and it's going to show you how to turn on professional mode. And the only thing that does for you, okay, so if you are a consistent person naturally and you don't need this, then don't worry about it. But if you tend to get distracted and not get your posts up at the appropriate times, this is going to allow you to schedule them. So you can come in and you can say, okay, I'm going to do this one at 9 a.m., schedule it. I'm going to do this one at 3, schedule it. So it allows you to have automatic consistency without having to do it on your own. Okay. So just keep that in mind, that you can turn this on. You don't have to, but it allows you to be more consistent, because that's going to be the number 1 tip. Number 2 is to respond to everything. And this, again, I'm telling you this because these are places that I have absolutely screwed up. So learn from my mistakes. So, right now I just got a comment from Claudia, and sometimes we can say, oh, well, Claudia's in the business, I don't need to respond to her, so I'm just going to put a little heart on there, and then I'm going to ignore it. But what Facebook says is, oh, you're not loving on your people, so we're not going to push this out. So I'm going to say, I'm so excited for her. I don't know. I don't care. I don't even care what I say. I'm just going to respond to everything. And that's on the personal posts. And I haven't done this one yet, but that's on your personal posts and on the drops. Okay. So if somebody comments on it, if somebody likes it, then what you can do is you can go into your private message. Thanks for loving on my post. I really appreciate your support. But you just want to be responding on everything as quickly as you can. And with that, when people jump into your DMs, because that's the other thing that you're going to notice, is these are going to be crickets. Like, 8 people commented or liked this. They're all probably in the business. Only 3 little comments, and half of them are me, right? I don't know how you do half on 3, but we'll figure that out later. But there's very few people are going to interact with it, but that doesn't matter. You got to check your ego at the door. Don't worry about that, because where the action is actually happening is over here in your messenger. That's where people are saying, okay, tell me, I'm sick and tired of seeing these drops. Tell me, I got to ask, right? Or fine, you got me. What are these drops? Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking to flood people with it so that they're going to actually see it. And the minute that you see that they've responded, you want to jump into your private message and you want to respond back. Okay. So those are 2. The third tip is to follow the scripts. And that's where boards comes into play. And again, with these ladies that I spoke with last night, like the ones that were not having success, I'm like, well, show me your thread, right? Show me what your, oh goodness, thank goodness that's done printing. Whew, that was loud. But show me what you're saying to people. And I'm like, well, you started on script, but then you went rogue. You went rogue. Don't go rogue because, and again, I learned this because I thought, oh, I'll just give them a little bit of personal information. I'm going to send them a little bit more because more is better, right? Not necessarily. So if you really want to be successful, stay on script. Maddie, you too. Maddie's chatty right now. So hopefully she shushes. So with that, now I can go into the nitty gritty. So let me just ask for the people on here, do you have boards set up?
Yes.
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 Okay, so I think
Yes.
good job, coach.
Mhm.
So good work.
I'm
So
a good student. I'm a good student.
good job. So good, because that's the number one thing is that you have boards set up. And I'm going to see if I can share my board screen.
And as she started to share, one of the things that people do is that I see is when you go to boards and you go to the Slenderiiz boards part, there's several different things there. There's a lot to choose from. And I see a lot of people that are jumping ahead of themselves. They're sending videos first and they're doing a lot of things. If you will do exactly what Andrea is about to show you, there's probably two of the most important texts that is pre-done for you. You do not have to change. She's about to show you. These two texts will make you money. So if you're showing videos first, if you're showing PDLs first, if you're showing meal plans first, that is not the system. Okay. And I say that jokingly, but serious because I see so many of our adults that do that. And so, all right, Andrea.
Perfect. So
That's okay. You go right ahead.
Maddie's so excited. I
Maddie's
don't know.
okay. Just so everybody knows, Maddie is a dog that lives behind Andrea. So, and she's been gone for a month, so she's probably
Yeah, I just got
upset
Maddie back
Zoom.
last night, so we're a little excited around here. But these are the scripts in here, and they're so simple. So, the minute somebody asks about the drops, I actually don't even care what their question is. Like they might ask me, hey, tell me what the ingredients are in those drops, right? But if it's their first message, I am sending this, and it's intentional. Okay. Everything in here they created on purpose. The only
Andrea,
yes, sir.
can I say this? Don't put this in the comment section. So if they comment on your post, hey, tell me about this drop, Sheila, then all Sheila's going to comment back to them is, I will private message you. And then go into the messenger and do this. Okay. Sorry, Andrew.
No, that was really, really important because we're not going to chit chat in the comments. We're going to chit chat there with just nonsense. Thanks for reaching out. I'll message you. Star eyes, info on its way. I kind of just try to mix it up a little bit, but I will comment back that I'm going to send them the information. And then I go into my messenger and I'm not going on boards. So is everybody here? Do you guys know how to use boards already? Or has anybody? Okay. So I haven't learned the skill yet of showing you my phone. Let me turn off my background because I think I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And I'm going to turn off my background if I can. Nope, wrong setting. Okay. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to show you on here. Well, this is a fun one because I just got some money. So perfect. But that's my favorite. So I am gonna pick, well, Brent's gonna get some messages from me, but if you guys can see, okay, I'm gonna keep going backwards. So this is just my text message, or this is Messenger, okay? So hopefully you can see this relatively well. Let me see if I can make, I'm gonna spotlight, now I'm really big, but you guys can see my screen. So
Yeah.
I now want to message him something from boards. So if you have an iPhone, do you see this little tiny circle down here in the left-hand corner of your phone?
Yes.
Okay, if you have an Android, on the opposite side where this little microphone thing is, that is going to be, that's going to be a little keyboard. So it'll look like you're typing on a keyboard. Either way, you're going to click on it. And when you click on it, you're not going to have as many boards to choose from. I have like a billion. I need to clean it up. But you're going to click on the board, and then you're going to click on text scripts for the drops. So you can see that text scripts for the drops. And then I'm going to go to reply to info. So when I click on that, it automatically fills it in for me. That is the power of boards right there. I don't have to type a word. I click 3 buttons and then it takes them directly to this little script. And if you see it, it's all typed there for me. I hit send, and now on Brent's computer, phone, or whatever, he's going to have that message. When it's time for me to send message to, go to the same spot. I click on the little, well, I'm already on the little globe. Okay. I go back to the, what?
I was looking to see where my globe was, but is it on the script page?
So the globe should be wherever you're typing. So anytime you go to start typing something,
I
and
see.
I don't know if globe is the right word, but a little circle with a bunch of lines on it. Hey, girly.
Okay, I gotta have some help.
And if you just go like right there,
Oh,
see when you go to type, this right there.
oh, okay.
Yeah, she's got
I got it.
Perfect. Now, if anybody doesn't see it there, then that means you need to go back a step and you're going to have to set it up in your keyboard. Now, when you first install boards, it's going to walk you through it. If you installed boards and, got interrupted and you didn't get that done, call me. We'll walk through that because that's going to be a little bit much for, a group training. But again, we go back in there. So they're going to write back. It's designed so that they write back and say, how much are they? And then you would go back in, you click back on that board. I wish I was better at showing this to you. I go back to those text scripts. They're going to ask me, how much do they cost? I click on it. And there's a couple of keywords that I want you to kind of get comfortable with, because it feels a little uncomfortable the first time where, I buy them in bulk so that I can get you a discount. And what I say at the end is, let me know if you want me to reserve you a box. They go fast. And again, we're creating that urgency. We're creating that fear of loss so that they're like, yes, I want it. Send it to me. And then you've got it. So that's how the boards work. But I want to show you, and let me get myself not spot. Did that unspotlight me? Okay, phew. All right, there we go. I'm going to share my screen again because I want to go back a step to make sure that everybody is seeing what you're sharing. So what I would recommend, as we already talked about, schedule your 2 posts a day. Facebook recommends 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So I guess when people first get to the office, maybe they're ready for their first break. And then when they're ready for their afternoon break, if you look at your insights, you might have more exact times for your people, but truly that's what's working for everybody. So I would recommend copying that. Now let's pretend in your life that you absolutely cannot do that. Like you would not be able to respond to people at 9 and 3. You'd be able to respond at 8 and 4. We'll do 8 and 4 if you're not going to be able to respond otherwise. But most of us, hopefully can make it work in those hours. But if you don't know what to post, what I'd recommend is find some people to stalk. So this post right here, I just stole from Coach Palmer. And I said, perfect, this is great. I'm going to go use it. And I copied it. This one, I think I stole from Coach as well. I don't remember. This one I stole from Alan Schultz. So I actually don't know Lulu, but I called her a friend and I don't worry about it. Now, one of the things that you want to notice here is you don't see anywhere on my post Alan Schultz, because I'm not sharing his posts. I am actually going in, I'm copying it, I'm saving it to my computer or my phone, and then I'm sharing it. So what does that look like? I'm going to click on their picture, and this works on your phone, it works on a computer, but I'm going to go down and I'm going to say save image as, and it's going to save it to my phone or my computer. And then I'm going to go highlight this information and I'm going to copy it. So then when it's my turn to make one, I'm going to paste that language right there. I'm going to go grab that picture that I just stole. I got too much stuff on my computer for me to see. There we go. And then I would post it. Now I just did this one, so I'm not going to do it twice. But you notice I did not share it. And that's very, very intentional, because when we share from somebody else, Facebook says, oh, this isn't their original content. Nobody really needs to see this. And it limits who in our social group is going to see it. It also makes it so that other people, like your friends, oh, I want that to go away. It doesn't want to. It makes your friends say, oh, this isn't really Julie. This is somebody else that I don't know. So I'm going to skim right by it. I'm not going to look at it. So there's a ton of content out there, and you'll find out on that IPA Zoom who is growing, who is doing this. So, the easiest way, what I do is I just follow Coach. So I go on his page every day and I see what he's put on there and I copy it and I put it on mine. But say I'm like, oh, I think I just did that one. I probably messed up. Well, I'm going to go look at other people. So I might look at, Ashley Antley or Ashley Paulson or Dr. Crystal or Alan Schultz or any of the other people that I'll hear on the IPA that they are posting these and they're getting results. And I just copy and paste them, right? That's all we're doing. None of this is original content. This is, well, that is, but all of the skinny drop stuff, it's all from other people. And I think what you'll see, and David Daughtry talked about this just a couple of weeks ago, but the reason it's working is none of it is polished. None of it's perfect. None of it is those, again, I'm telling you all the things I'm guilty of. Anybody else guilty of writing like a paragraph on Facebook of you want to give like this perfect testimony, you want it to be lovely and everybody to really feel what you're feeling, and they just scroll right by because nobody takes time. Very few people take the time to read a 5-minute post anymore. They want the 5-second. We are fast, instant gratification. Just show me it, show me it, show me it. And so those one-liners, maybe 2 sentences, check out my girlfriend, check out what they're doing, check it out. If you want it, let me know. That's going to really help you create more success, which is great because it's so much faster. It is so much faster just to share that quick thing. Don't worry about it being the perfect cultivated post, and you will absolutely have more success. So just find somebody that you like, and that we're all going to kind of be the same, but go find one and just say, okay, I'm just going to copy what Brent's doing twice a day, twice a day, twice a day. I'm going to copy what Andrea is doing, whatever it may be. And that's going to help you be more successful. And then we went over the boards. I'm trying to think, Coach, if I'm covering everything, what we're posting, what we're responding. So that's the boards. And then just being super, super consistent with people, getting them out as quickly as possible. That's the last thing I will show is this little app right here. And so this was one of the things that I wish that I had found when we first started it. So this is an app or a website. It's called Pirate Ship. So think Pirates of the Caribbean, pirateship.com.
Andrea, let me say this too. So through this, remember, it will seem like a lot of steps, but guys, this will be the easiest work you've ever done in network marketing to make money. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Pirate Shield is something that as you start doing multiple ones, this is going to save you time. So if you want to be able to literally print out a label, put it on the box of Slenderiiz, tape it on real good, and literally put it in your mailbox and turn the flag up and ship it anywhere you want to ship it, Andrea is about to tell you how to make that happen. And it's so easy.
It's so easy and it's so much cheaper. That was my love language. I would go to the post office and I would go to mail a box of drops and it was costing me about $10. And I'm like, oh, that's expensive. I go in here, it's the most that I'll see, and that's from Alabama to California, it's going to be about $6.82. So it saves me money, and the $10 was local. So you're going to save money and you can do it right from home. So it's free. Just go to pirateship.com, follow their little tutorial to set it up, and you can see, you can go back in here and you can see who you've shipped it to. You can duplicate. We've got some, when you're ready to print your labels and if you have some questions, we can give you all the details. So, I can do this as well. So to create.
Andrea's going to put into the chats so that everybody that's watching this recording, you can just screen capture the chats. She's going to put the exact way to download Pirate Shield, step by step by step. I also sent the text to Julie Bradshaw. Julie has step by step by step how to do Pirate Shield. It is it's so easy to do. So don't let it be overwhelming. Don't think that it's complicated. It is not complicated. So you all can do it. So just reach out and make it happen. I would do this when you start having to ship the drops. This is not something you got to do right now. Like start making the post. But when you start selling multiple drops and you start shipping them, this is going to be cheaper and it's going to be so much more convenient to just print them out at your home. And if you don't have a printer, go invest in an $80 printer and print it out at your house so that this will make life so easy.
And so with that being said, I was calculating how much time it was taking me to sell a box of drops. And so this includes stalking somebody and finding a post, posting it to my page, the message responses that I need to send, printing the label and shipping it. And on average, it's 3 minutes total. And the profit there is about $50. So yeah, it feels like a lot. Feels like a lot right now because we're learning a lot of new things. But just know when you get it down, it's so easy. And the only thing I can relate it to is, has anybody on here made pancakes?
Yeah.
Made pancakes. Pancakes.
In a box, from a box.
I don't care. A box. Well, maybe you're making your own because that the box you add water, but you still have some steps. But have you ever tried to teach like a 7-year-old how to make pancakes? And so you've got to assume that there's like no base. And I know it sounds like I'm going in a tangent, but I promise it relates. And you're like, okay, you've got to find the flour. And they go, well, what's flour? And you've got to say, okay, top shelf of the pantry, you're going to have a bag. And you have to go through and you have to give every single step. And pancakes, man, don't they seem complicated when you're teaching somebody else how to make pancakes? And this is kind of the same, where, oh my goodness, it can feel a little intimidating. Like I know my son was like, Mom, just do it because this is hard. But it seems intimidating and it seems a little crazy. But once you've done it one time, you're like, oh, that was really actually pretty easy. That was really something that I can do and I can show other people how to do, because once you've done it, it gets so much more simple. So this is no more complicated than making pancakes, but there's a lot of steps that we have to figure out. So just remember that when you're doing it, like I'm making pancakes for the first time, I didn't even know what flour was, but then the second time you're like, okay, I've got the basics down and it's going to get a little bit easier. So 3 minutes to make over $50. To me, that's worth it. That's how I was able to have a trip of yeses. And so just give yourself some grace. And I would say when you get stuck, okay, because it's possible. So anybody on here, whether you're live, you're on the recording, if you get stuck and you're like, wait, where's my little keyboard? Or where's my little globe? Or what was that shipping program? Or how do I respond to? That's what we're here for. So we've created this so you have your starting point. We've created this so that you've got the basics. But if you get intimidated or if you have a question, go back in the chat. My phone number's in there. Coach's phone number's in there. Reach out to us and say, I'm stuck, help. I forgot the third ingredient. What do I do next? And reach out to us because we're excited to help get everybody on board. This was, I argued about this probably the most with Brent. I didn't understand it. I didn't know what I was doing. I was a grumpy little chicken and didn't want to do it. And nobody's responding. And I just had like kind of a little bit of a negative mindset. And he's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. And I'm so grateful because it really has changed the trajectory of where we were going with our business, how we're doing things. And it's generated a lot of income for our family. But I had to figure it out. So we're willing to help you figure it out as well.
And here's what I'll tell you, and we'll answer any questions after we cut off the recording. So what we're seeing, guys, is if you do this, when you do this, so let's break it down. Let's all set a goal. After you watch this, get the boards, and tomorrow morning, make a post at 9 a.m. and make a post at 3 p.m. And you guys watch each other make your posts, like go check each other out. I didn't say share somebody's post. Don't click the share button. Copy their post. Copy their text and post it as if it was your own. Okay? So you can follow Andrea, you can follow Crystal Vance, you can follow Ashley Paulson. If you start getting men involved, they can follow me. You can follow me. But that's the goal, is tomorrow, make 2 posts. Okay? And just simply start. Simply start. It's that easy. And then you're going to come across questions. You're going to come across things. Okay? Remember, there's 2 texts. When they ask what it is, you go to the comments and you say, I'm going to PM you. You go into the private message of that person and you click on your boards and you simply send text 1 at the top left. And it'll tell you, hey, you take that dropper 3 times a day, I get to buy in bulk to save you money. And then they're going to say, how much is it? And then you're going to send the second text script telling them how much it is. And that they can pay you on Venmo or PayPal with cash. And then you wait on them to respond. And watch what happens. And then if they come across with another question that stumps you, message us. But then at that point, you're going to be able to work yourself through. Remember, you got other options inside of boards as you can look at that point. But just simply start tomorrow. 9 a.m., 3 p.m. Those are 2 highly viewed times on social media. That's why you post during those times. Last thing I'll tell you is we're seeing people, and for everybody that is like, I don't know. When you start getting people to run this system, we're seeing people that has went from 1,000 in product volume running through their pay line to optimizing their pay line
Hmm.
in a 40-day period. Guys, let me remind you, when you optimize 2 lines of business, that's over $250,000 a year of income.
Hmm.
So when you start getting people to run this system with you, it can get crazy. So I share that with you because there's going to be somebody that's going to tell you, you guys, I mean, do you really think you can do it again? Do you think it's past you? Don't let that happen. Don't let that creep in. Just simply start tomorrow. We're seeing it happen. We're seeing it happen with all age people. Okay, doesn't matter their age. They're making it happen. So we're here for you. All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thank you.